Mr. TV legend, and we thought we'd look back and celebrate the life and career of Bert Newton.
Oh, hello, ain't you that Bert Newton?
Yes, I am, as a matter of fact. Would you take me, please, to Channel 9?
Wait till my missus finds out that I've had Bert Newton in the car. Oh, she loves you.
Thank you.
She does. She raves on all day
Right,
about
yeah.
how funny you are.
Good. Well, I'm in a little bit of a hurry, if you don't mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bert Newton.
My name is Bert Newton.
From working with Graham Kennedy to Don Lane,
We'll always be bosom buddies. If life should reject you, there's me to protect you.
Bed, just lying in my bed, and I saw that thing. And I came out of my bed immediately, but now I love you, I love you. Wait a minute. It's Moonface.
Bert shone as the hilarious and reliable sidekick until he became the king of TV.
Bert Newton.
In 1992, Bert launched Good Morning Australia, and for 14 years, with over 3,200 episodes, Bert entertained us. And by his side for all those years was his beloved floor manager, Belvedere.
Bert, the final GMA this morning?
Yep.
Must be particularly sad for you being the star of the show.
Oh, I'm not the star of GMA.
Who is?
Well, I can tell you who isn't. Are you ready for Belvedere?
I certainly am.
Belvedere, you do house calls. Come right in. Here he is, Belvedere, with his old friend Bernard.
Dear little thing, Amanda left just enough for you to have a taste.
Come over into your lighting spot here, Belvedere. You look too good there.
And Rob Mascara, or as Australia knows him, Belvedere, joins us now. Rob, good morning to you.
Hey, Rob.
It's so nice to catch up with you. And first of all, we're so sorry for your loss. I know that you two were very close indeed. How do you feel when you look back on those clips with Bert?
You know, just I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. I can't help myself. I'm hopeless, but it's you know, such good memories, and we had such a good time. And he was just the master. He could do everything. He was not a triple threat, a quadruple threat. There's nothing he couldn't do.
And he just loved that show so much. And I have such fond memories of meeting you and being on that show with Bert. But it was because what he did with people like you. You know, he made everybody a family on that show. You became this on-air personality. He elevated you to a star in this country. For you, that must have been quite surreal, considering you think, oh, I'll take this job on GMA, and yeah, sure, I'll be floor manager to Bert. Next thing, you know, you're trying all the foods, and you're doing limericks, and you're a household name.
Because I came off working on Neighbours in 1991, and I did a show called Blind Date, and I was 18 at the time. Bert joined the network. I just turned 19, and they said, oh, Bert's coming to the network. Would you like to work on his show? And I was a huge fan. Loved the Don Lane show. I was too young for Graham, and just loved what he did with Don. I didn't know why it was funny as a kid, but I just knew it was funny. And started working on the show, and I thought, wonder how long this show will last. I'm like, could last 6 months. It lasted 14 years. And, you know, I was just a kid from the suburbs, just a normal kid like I am today. And he put me on camera and started this whole thing. And he'd be up there laughing or crying at the moment. I'm sure what he's thinking about me doing this interview. He'd be loving it. He'd be loving it.
As David mentioned, you were the official food taste tester during the cooking segments, and you became so loved and famous for your limericks that went along with the cooking. And we just have a clip that we want to show. It's in a cooking segment for Extreme Cuisine, and you're trying pho, that's how you say it, isn't
Pho,
it?
yeah.
Pho, made with bull's bits, let's say.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Very good.
Right. So what do you reckon?
My fan and my family have asked. The limericks come back at last. So it's my turn to grizzle. If I have to eat pizzle, just stick the taste test up.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, it makes me. I mean, I love that the joy that he had laughing at you and with you as well. What was it like working with him day to day?
It was a total surprise. You never know what he was going to do. You never knew what he was going to say. Nothing was scripted. We basically had a rundown. We knew he was coming on, and that was it. You know, Bert didn't have anything on auto cue apart from the guest's name, and what he was thrown to. In between was flying by the seat of your pants. And that's what we loved. You know, we didn't know what was going to happen. And, you know, gag upon gag upon gag. It was brilliant.
He had a line for every moment.
Every minute of it.
Every moment, didn't he? And every person. And, you know, he interviewed all the big names. And he was always such a generous interviewer, wasn't he, to everyone who was on the show. Are there any standout moments for you that you sort of reflect upon?
It was a type of show that all the stars wanted to be on. Yes, it was a morning show, and normally morning shows don't get the big names, but Bert got all the names. They came to Australia, and before they went on Rove or the panel, it was straight to Bert first. Like Katie Lang, she would come straight to Bert. You know, Julian Cleary, people like that, Jamie Oliver. You know, no, going straight to Bert first. Michael Crawford, he was one that stuck in my mind because Bert used to always refer to my mum as well. And he always had a picture of mum up. And the day Michael Crawford walked in the studio, he said, "Oh my God, Belvedere, how are you? How's your mum?" I nearly fell over. I'm like, Michael Crawford, he's asking me about my mum. You know, it's stuff like that you can't make up.
Rob, I know how much he meant to you, and I know how much that time meant to you and how special that was, and we are so appreciative of you being here today. But we know that our team here at Extra asked you if you would have a go at a limerick for Bert, and you apparently have pulled something out of the hat. Do you mind if we hear it?
It'll be my pleasure. You know, this is for Bert. You ready for it?
You may be.
A performer beyond compare. It's hard to believe he's not there. The years at the peak, his charm, wit and cheek were genuine, unlike his hair.
Jeez, Rob, that was so beautiful.
That's so sweet.
It's exactly the way you would have wanted it to.
Just one little dig at the toupee on the way out.
Never let it get too sentimental. That's the way Bert would have loved it.
Oh, it's so sweet. Rob, we're so grateful that you would come on and share your memories with us today. We know how significant that is, and we're so glad to see you, and we send all of our love and big hugs your way as well.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Sylvia. Lots of love. Thank you.
Lots of love, Rob.
Take care. Oh.
Okay, that was really hard. Him doing the limerick was a hard thing, wasn't it? It's just a simple thing like that, so beautiful. Still ahead on Today Extra, Queensland's hospital crisis, 4,000